Okay, this is video number 2, part 2 of Labs OBS stuff. Um, so that's how you set it up. Does that sound pretty self-explanatory? I mean, you're just adding scenes. Adding the scenes are different. So I like to have the live view scene, my starting soon scene, and my thank you for watching scene. I don't know if you guys have been doing prayer time scenes or offering or something like that. You could, like sometimes when the pastor's praying, what we do is when Alan's praying, I throw up a slide and says online giving is available on our website. Send prayer requests to this email address, and then I leave that up there while they're praying, so people don't have to see this awkward time of praying or whatever. You know what I mean? They can just see what the information that they need to know. Obviously, it's whatever your church feels is necessary. So if you don't want to do that, you don't need to do that. You just leave it as it is. But that's where you add those scenes there, and make sure, again, the biggest thing is making sure that your audio input capture is on every single scene, because if it's not, if you switch to a scene, you won't have the audio. Audio will go away. Okay. Here again, you add your sources. If you click on the plus sign and you add a source, whatever it is, like what I've been doing too is doing window capture, which is kind of cool. So if I have the Bible app or something, I can just bring up the Bible app and I can scroll through it and transition over to the window capture. If you want to play with that, just kind of play with it. See how it works for you. If you don't have to do it, no big deal. Or if you wanted to write out every single verse, if you know all the verses beforehand that the pastor is going to do, then set it all up the day before, the night before, whatever, and then you can just click.
Yeah, he's been sending me. He's even doing the PowerPoint now, but he sends me the sermon outline and the scripture and the sermon title and now PowerPoint, so we get all that ahead of time.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So if you have all that minus the PowerPoint, because PowerPoint you can do it in here, but it's really hard and really weird, so we'll just not do that.
Yeah.
But I would set up all the Bible verses, and again, you just go to your live view and click on add text, and just add everything, size it the way you want it, and then label it. Make sure you label it, and every time you do it, you have to click on add, like text, and then add source, and click on add a new source instead, and then change the title to Genesis 3:15 or whatever the particular text that you want to do. This way, because if you don't click that button, if you have 3 of them that are all the same, and you change every time you change it, it changes all 3 of them at the same time. And so you'll click and you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't it change? Blah, blah, blah. You just click it and change it, add new source, and you're good. Okay? So that's pretty self-explanatory, or not self-explanatory, but that is pretty much all you need to know as far as how the program works. And there's other buttons here, like this is new. This says it's like don't worry about that. Just stick with your. I know I messed it up. Okay. Alright, don't hit that button. Alright, don't hit that grid button. You can always go back. There's a little camera button up here that apparently is the live feed editor. And there's one here, it's called themes. This is your themes. If you ever do want to check out the themes thing, you can probably figure it out. Put some buttons there. I have not, so I don't really. It's not a big deal. But anyway, and if you ever do have only one screen here, you can just click this button, like I said, the one down here. That's below the button, not to touch. And it says that you could just click on it. See how you go? It goes from 2 to 1. I always want 2 so you can transition it. So this one has been so far pretty stable. So what we want to do now, though, is for everything the way it works in Vimeo. So we'll go to Vimeo. Slow this down just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There. So we'll create a new event. So we'll click on Live Events.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Do I have to have something to say? Are we gonna try it?
We can if you want to.
Because I've been sitting here like coming up with something to say. If it was gonna be like last time, I can go up there now.
You
And
can
not
if
be
you want.
lost.
No worries. Yeah, you can for sure. Just so we can test it out so you can see. So real quick, so the same process on how you do everything else, except there's going to be one extra step, okay? So you click on your live event. We'll click on Create Live Event. Click on One Time. Click on Test with New Broadcast Software. Start date, doesn't really matter. We'll just do it today, which is the 8th. Time 3:30 p.m. It doesn't really matter. Okay, click on next. Boom. Wait for it to do its thingamajigger. Why's your computer all slow? What happened? What have you been doing?
Nothing.
Just kidding. Okay, so again, all the same stuff that you would normally do. Embed. You still do the event embed code to put it on the website. You do all that other junky stuff.
Right.
Your destinations, make sure everything is clicked. Now here's the different thing. To get it to go to your website is you'll click on the button that says next up here in the top right. Okay? And it's going to say allow to use your camera microphone. Just click don't allow because you'll never actually broadcast from here. Okay?
Right.
So you don't need to worry about that. Then there's two buttons up here, one that says webcam, one that says connect RTMP. You're going to want to click on RTMP, and you're going to have the RMTP URL and then the stream key. Okay? So you'll only have to do the RTMP URL one time. So you'll just click over here, it says copied. You click this button right here, and it says copied. You'll go over to Streamlabs. You'll go to the gear symbol at the very, very bottom left of the screen. Right there. And there's a bunch of junk in here. You're going to click on stream. It'll say streaming type, streaming service. You'll just say custom streaming server. That you'll never have to change. This will have to do all this at once. You click on the URL. You'll go ahead and paste the stream URL.
Command V.
And then you go back to Vimeo, and this is what you're going to have to do every single live stream, is change this stream key. Every new live stream will give you a new stream key. So you click on copy the stream. It's this button right here again. You can see that. Go back to Streamlabs and go ahead and paste it in there. It usually has little dots. Click on show and just make sure that the last four numbers
Coincide with.
exactly match with the last four here. If you don't see all the four here, just tap in there one time, hit your little arrow button. Dude, come on. Well, it doesn't work the way mine does. Anyway, so there's that's just you'll be able to do it. Just make sure you click on copy. And okay, since you can't see the last, just make sure the first four. Okay. So this one says OD66A. Go back to here, D66A, so you're good. So you know that it's the same. So then with that, you're all set to go. You just click done,
Okay.
and now you are ready to go by clicking on go live. And once you click go live, then the stream URL and everything else, it goes straight to Facebook, it goes to your website, it goes to YouTube, everything is good and ready to go.
Let's do that.
So
You gotta go point the camera at me though.
yeah, go point the camera. I'm gonna pause this.